Is your cat addicted to junk food? Well, you're not alone. Most cat owners literally have no idea just how bad their cat's food really is. And even if you do know and you've tried switching them over to something better, you have probably been met with the most famous feline protest. No. In this video, I'm going to show you how to gently transition your cat off junk food without the stress, without wasting money on uneaten food, and without your cat going on a hunger strike. Stick around to the end and I'll share my go-to blueprint how to feed your cat for optimum health. But before we start, my name is Sam, I'm your cat nutritionist, and it's important for you to understand that I'm an independent nutritionist and that I am not beholden to anyone. Now let's start with the biggest problem of them all, and it's something infuriating. Cat junk food is everywhere. I'm talking about supermarket dry foods packed with sugar, corn gluten meal, wheat, and vague ingredients like meat and animal derivatives or natural flavors. What is the problem there, I hear you say? Well, cats are obligate carnivores and they need animal-based protein so that they can synthesize taurine, which is something absolutely essential so they can see, they can get pregnant and undertake other basic functions. They absolutely need a lot of moisture in their diet and they need very little to no carbohydrate at all in their foods. But instead, our cats are eating kibble with 30 to 50% carbohydrates, cheap plant proteins they cannot digest properly, and hyper-palatable junk food designed to keep them hooked. That's like feeding a lion cereal and calling it complete and balanced. It's absolute nonsense. The problem is, cats are fussy, and now you will be wondering, if healthy food is absolutely better, why won't my cat eat it? Well, here's the thing. Cats imprint on food, develop a relationship with food very early in life. If all they have known is highly processed kibble or sugary pouches, then real food smells a bit weird to them. And just like us humans, cats can become addicted to hyperpalatable ingredients, especially when sugar, caramelized sugar, or rendered fats are involved. So whenever you switch it too fast, sometimes their instincts from within scream, danger, this is not food, this is not what we are familiar with, we don't like this, we are going to reject this. But that doesn't mean the food is wrong, it just means we need to transition our cats the right way. Another possibility is that your cat is going outside and your cat is already being fed a raw diet, aka mice and small prey. And so if you have a cat that you don't see certain hours of the day and they are getting fed something biologically appropriate, aka a mouse, they aren't going to come back and eat a feta cheese salad in the form of really healthy cat food. They are going to want the KFCs and they are going to want the McDonald's. So that could also be happening. But before we get into the strategy on how to transition your cat off junk food, I'm going to leave the guide how to feed your cat for optimum health, which is an absolutely invaluable resource that I think all cat owners should at least read because it's quite transformational actually. So if you want to download how to feed your cat for optimum health and how you can open your eyes to a new world of biologically appropriate food and what to look out for so that you can give your feline friend the best nutrition, you can download it in the link below. How to feed your cat for optimum health. But anyway, this is the step-by-step strategy on how to get your cat off of junk food. The first thing is you cannot jump to raw or you cannot jump to a better kibble or a better wet food overnight. Start with biologically appropriate wet food if you can. Why? Cats are more attracted to moisture, is more biologically appropriate and is much better for them so that they do not suffer from things like chronic dehydration and chronic kidney disease, which is very prevalent in kibble-fed cats. Now, we are going to look out for name meats in the first few ingredients. We want to see things like chicken, beef, lamb, ham, sardines, mussels, whatever the case might be. We don't want to see any added sugars, grains, or mystery meat, like meat and animal derivatives or like poultry meal, for example. And then we want high moisture and high animal protein. You want to be paying for meat in the supermarket and in pet food as well. So step one is going to be a slow and sneaky mixing. We are going to start by mixing just a spoonful of the new food into your cat's usual meal. Yes, they might sniff it and then walk away, and that's okay. You aren't really trying to replace the old food. You are just going to introduce a new food. And by doing this daily, actually, you can gradually increase the ratio. Maybe you can increase it by 10%. Maybe you can increase it by half a teaspoon, whatever the case might be. It might take you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it might take you 2 months to introduce a much better food. The goal here is long-term health, not overnight miracles. So do be patient and make sure that you have the wherewithal to stick it out. Step 3, I would stop any free feeding. So feed at meal times only. Structured meal times build hunger, and hunger builds the willingness to try. Maybe feed 2-3 times a day and remove any uneaten food after maybe 20-30 minutes. And don't worry, because healthy adult cats can handle short fasts. It's called state of apoptosis, and it's really beneficial for your cat's cells to regenerate. So small mouse-sized meals is how I feed my cat. Step 4, if you must, is warm it up. If you are feeding straight from the fridge, your cat might reject it. Warm food releases aromas, and smell is everything for cats. Try maybe gently warming wet food in a baggie under warm water, or adding a few drops of warm bone broth. These can only be beneficial for them. Step 5 is be patient and do not be pushy. Remember, some cats take weeks, some cats even take months, but every spoonful of junk you replace with real food, biologically appropriate real food, is a step towards better health. It's as simple as that. Now, to the fun stuff. What are some signs that what you're doing is working? Once the switch starts working, you are going to notice less itching and flaky skin, much better stool, smaller, less smelly and firmer, a shinier coat, much more energy and playfulness. The tartar in their teeth is not going to accumulate as it does with junk food. And sometimes weight loss without even trying. Your cat is going to be in much better condition. Your cat is not just going to survive, they are going to thrive. It's a game changer. It literally does not compare junk food with biologically appropriate food. Better food is much better. Cats are carnivores. This stuff really does make a difference. And if you want help choosing the best food, calculation portion sizes, and learning exactly what ingredients to avoid, you can download our guide, How to Feed Your Cat for Optimum Health. The whole ethos for you should be, how can I feed my cat better? How can I do this better? How can I improve my cat's life? Irrespective of what anyone else says, your cat is designed to thrive on meat. They are designed to be carnivores, and so if you're feeding them things with rice, with corn gluten meal, things with barley, whatever the case might be, you are going against their nature. And so by you turning the bag of food over and by you examining the ingredients, you're going to be seeing whether that food is biologically appropriate or is just marketing, it's just malarkey.